Hello and welcome to Win Some Loosemore. My name is Dieter. You join me for the second in my mechanisms videos. Last week I spoke about roll and move and that it wasn't one of my favourite mechanisms, and I hinted at another dice-based mechanism that I want to talk about today. Now this is a mechanism I really enjoy and it pops up in lots of great games, and so I'll talk about this a lot. I'll talk about a few of them as we go through. Now this is a way of adding some choice to the randomness of rolling dice. Now I don't know if there is a technical name for this or a pithy name for this. It's generally just known as Yahtzee. I've actually only ever played Yahtzee on my phone. I don't think I've ever physically sat down and played Yahtzee. But the core idea of the mechanism is that you have several dice, it varies from game to game, and you roll them all at first, and then you have a limited number of re-rolls. So you can choose to roll all of them again, or you can save some, roll the others, or I'm going to add that one to the ones I've saved, roll some more, and that's it. Typically 3 in the games that I've played. And so this is a very well used, it's not a rare mechanism, it's around a lot, but one that I think solves the issue I had with dice if you watch the previous one. My first experience of this is a game, I don't know if it's a real game even, or one that where my parents got it from. It was a game called Loosemore, where I believe it's 6 dice and you're just trying to score as many points as possible. And it's a push your luck, I'll come to that one another time, dice rolling game where again you roll all 6, and 1s score you 100, 5s score you 50, and then after that every triple, so if you rolled 3 2s, that's 200, and 3 5s 500, and so on, but 3 1s was then 1,000, and you're trying to get to 10,000, Loosemore, if my French is any good, which it probably isn't, but you're trying to get first to 10,000. If you roll and the roll is 1 2 3 4 5 6 in a single roll, you just automatically win, and if you score nothing on your first roll, you get minus 3,000 points. And so you can keep rolling and stop whenever you want to bank the points that you've done. If you kept rolling and then rolled nothing, you've gone bust, you're out, you should have stopped. So that's where the push your luck comes in. So that was my first experience of it, and we must have played this for years before. This was before we got into these style of games that I'm going to talk about in a minute. But it was just a simple mechanism where, yes, it's rolling dice, yes, it's random, but now it introduces an element of choice of I want to keep these ones because I think something else will benefit me later, or I'm going for a particular thing. In this particular game, you could only reserve ones that scored something immediately. You couldn't keep 2 2s hoping to roll a third 2, which you can in Yahtzee. And so then when we got into games, one of the first things that we played and that Kirsty really enjoyed of the games that we played is a game called Bang the Dice Game. I have done a why I like for this, so do check that out. That side, I don't know. The eye, I never know where it is, but it should flash up saying why I like Bang the Dice Game. Check that out. It's exactly that. You have 5 dice, each with engraved sides, which are really cool, which do the different actions, and you can do exactly that. You roll all 5. Any dynamites you have to keep because they're bad, and if you roll 3 you blow up, you lose a life, that's your whole go. So there's this danger element, so again goes hand in hand with push your luck. And you try and save, and again you have 2 re-rolls. There's one character that allows you to have another one, a third re-roll, and so you're trying to just get the right faces of the dice to do the things you want, either shooting your enemies around you. There's another bad one where you have to take arrows from the middle, which can trigger a group damage thing. Or there's beer to recover health for yourself. So when a beer shows up, do I keep that because I want to gain health, or do I go, nah, I don't need that right now, I want to attack people and roll it again? There's the Gatling gun where you want to get 3 of a kind for it to actually work. Now, unlike Loosemore, you get to keep whatever you want. As I say, you have to keep the dynamites. But it's just a lot of fun. It's within this social deduction type game, so there are teams, but nobody knows who's on which team, apart from the sheriff there. Their public knowledge, everyone else is hidden. And so this is just core mechanism of just chucking dice, choosing to do the funniest things that you can to affect the people around you, try and figure out who the other people are. It's just a lot of fun. It's light. I don't think this mechanism would work in a deep, heavy strategy game. Although we tried one recently, which also falls into a different category, called Dice Settlers, where you do that, but it's a choice to you have to spend a resource to re-roll, and so it's a tactical thing to re-roll. It's not the core mechanism. Another very popular one is King of Tokyo or King of New York. I've only played King of Tokyo, where you're all like Godzilla type monsters trying to rule Tokyo, and you're either attacking the person who currently is in Tokyo, or they're attacking everybody else, or you're getting points. You can try and win through points, or you're getting energies to buy these upgrades to make your monster even more powerful. And again, silly light. It's not a big war game, not remotely. This is a silly dice chucking. It's got this Yahtzee mechanism in it, and it just makes it fast, it makes it fun, it makes it accessible. These are really good gateway games. This is a concept that people, even if they've never played Yahtzee, if they've played Yahtzee, they'll get it immediately. Even if they haven't, I've never seen somebody struggle to get, I roll, I keep the ones I want to keep, I roll the rest, I keep them, I roll, that's what I've got. Now I action those things. I've never seen anybody struggle to get that. It's a really simple mechanism, and if it's in a light, simple game, it just works really well. It's fun, it gives an element of choice into what you're doing, but isn't this off-putting, deep, heavy strategy thing. You're just chucking dice, it's fun, but you feel like you have control. That's why I really like it. So that's the Yahtzee mechanism. There's a couple of games that you may be interested in. Do give suggestions in the comments below as to games that you enjoy that use the Yahtzee mechanism. There are absolutely loads of them. That was just a couple of them from our experience of the ones that we have enjoyed. That Yahtzee. So do subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, so you can see the next videos that come out in this series. I hope you're enjoying it. Leave comments what you think, any other mechanisms you want me to be talking about to try and help you understand, any other game suggestions, those kind of things. Follow us on social media. I always forget what the next thing is. I sit here going, I'm supposed to say something. I've said subscribe, so follow. Social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, we are on them. If you search Win Some Loosemore, you will find us. Instagram's probably the best one for us right now, but we're on all three and doing the best we can, trying to keep track of those in what is essentially our hobby. Thank you for your continued viewing and support. We really appreciate it. I've been Dieter for Win Some Loosemore. I hope to see you again. Goodbye.